Hey lunatics, it's Lady Luna, and today we're going to talk about the 5 critical steps to manifestation. If you're new to my channel, I'm Lady Luna, also known as Luna Knight, and I make a lot of videos on all sorts of mystical, metaphysical, and manifestation things. So if you're into that, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss any videos that I make. On to today's topic. So, there are 5 critical steps when it comes to manifestation. Some people make the mistake when they first get into reading The Secret or learning the law of attraction that it's all about just thinking positively or, heaven forbid, just making wishes, which that's not what it's about. So, in order to properly manifest something, there are 5 steps. Some people know it as 4 steps, but they often leave out a very critical one, which is why I'm making this video today. So step number 1, of course, is to ask, or a more accurate term would be to set your intention. So when you want to manifest something, whether it is a physical thing, whether it's finding your soulmate, anything like that, you need to be very clear on what it is that you want. Some people say, oh yeah, I'd love to have a romantic relationship in my life, but they don't really stop and think, what would that look like? What would my ideal relationship look like? And I've often said it's good to make lists. It's good to visualize and things like that. It's good to imagine what would my most positive outcome look like and be very specific. Now, obviously, being specific can go too far. As I talked about in a previous video, a lot of people on this channel are looking for a soulmate. So when you go too far with how the person looks and have little tiny intricacies like they have to like this and they have to like that and whatever, sometimes that can go too far. What you're really wanting to be specific about is the way you will feel. So when you can think about how do I want to feel when I receive that car, or when I receive the opportunity for my dream career, or when I receive that beautiful house? You have to think about the way you will feel in order to know what it is that you're intending. So that's step 1. Step 2 is to fully visualize what you want. So you can do this through meditation. That's the way I like to do it. But if you're someone who has trouble with meditation, which a lot of us are a little iffy about that because it's hard for us to focus on one thing. So what we do for those people is dream boards. Dream boards are universally a great tool for everyone, and a lot of people have a lot of fun making them too. So a dream board, if you've never heard of one, is just basically a piece of poster board that you put a whole bunch of pictures on. You can either print them out, cut them out from magazines, whatever it is you like. And these are all things that will remind you of your dream life. And it's good to have a picture of yourself somewhere on your dream board as well, so that you can visualize yourself in that ideal intention that you're putting out. If you don't really feel like having a dream board up for everyone to see, and that your family can see or anything like that, a dream book is also great. And I actually have a video on how to make a dream book. So definitely check that out if you're interested in that. But visualizing and making it as real as you possibly can in your mind it's making it feel as if you already have that thing now. And that is ultimately what will power you forward into getting that thing. So step number 3, okay, this is the step that even a lot of the law of attraction coaches out there do not tell you. It's you need to take action. Step number 3 is take action. And this means opening yourself up to receiving. You can't just sit and hope that something's going to come to you, no matter how hard you visualize, if you're not putting something into motion that will bring it to you, or opening up an area of your life for that thing to come in. For example, if you wanted to pour water into a glass, you'd have to, let's say that you had a pitcher, right? And you're trying to put water in it, put water in the pitcher so you can then pour it into a glass. Okay, so let's say the water is what we're trying to manifest. And let's say that the lid is on a pitcher. It's one of those plastic ones. If you don't take the lid off, is that water going to go in? No. It's kind of a simple analogy, but if we don't take the lid off and actually do that effort, then the water's not going to go in. We're not going to be able to drink that water. It's the same with our manifestations. So let's say you're trying to attract money. This analogy is actually most common with people trying to attract money. So if you're trying to attract money into your life and it's just not coming, and you've visualized and you've done everything that you can, well, are you doing anything in your life that would make you money, that would allow you to earn money? And this can actually be really dangerous with money if you are trying to attract riches or wealth or anything like that without actually having an income stream that would bring you that money. One thing that happens to a lot of people is when they don't have a channel or some kind of way that their money is coming to them, like an income stream or a cash stream, something like that, then what happens is when they try to attract money without that income stream, they end up getting in a car accident. And then, yeah, you earn some money from your insurance company or something like that, but you go through a car accident. You could get hurt. You could have all the stress. The other person in the accident could get hurt. It's awful. And so you really need to have that, number one, an income stream or some kind of positive action toward that goal and that manifestation. And you also need, number one, your intention to be very clear. So it's good to make your intention clear enough that it's like, okay, no harm is going to come through this manifestation, and be very clear on that. Make the feelings very happy, because in reality, what you're trying to attract with money isn't just money coming to you, because that could mean any number of ways. But what you really want is earning money in a positive way. So if you're doing something, a positive action to earn that money in a positive way, then it's way more likely to come to you. Number 4 is receive. So far we've set our intention, we've visualized, we've made a positive action, and now we're ready to receive. And a lot of people would think, well, that doesn't need to be a step. That's really easy. You just take it when it comes. But the truth is, a lot of us are so used to our old ways of feeling like we don't deserve to manifest something, or we don't deserve a good thing to come into our life, like love or money, and we're not ready to receive it, and we actually can block things out when they come to us. For example, when I first met my husband, I was trying to attract love in my life, but I actually didn't. I met him, but didn't actually get together with him until maybe 5 months later, and I rejected him at first. If you guys have watched my previous videos, I actually did reject my husband at first, not in a mean way or anything like that, but in a way like, well, I see you more as a friend type of thing. And then it wasn't until later when I actually opened myself up and stopped caring so much about the little details of things, like I mentioned before, when I realized how much my husband and I had in common, and that he really was my soulmate. So it's really good to open yourself up to receiving things. When the moment is right and you feel that positive vibe, you should go with it. So that brings us to number 5. What do you do once you've received that thing? You feel gratitude. So if we don't feel gratitude for the things that we receive in our manifestations, we're going to talk ourselves into the idea that we haven't received anything. And that sounds kind of silly at first. Like, oh, how could, a wealthy person who attracted wealth suddenly not realize that they attracted it? Human beings are very adaptive, and when we get to a point where we can talk ourselves into a certain mood or a certain idea, we seem to forget about where we came from or forget what things were like before. So a lot of people who gain wealth, for example, forget what it was like before they had that. Not all, of course, and not all wealthy people are evil or anything like that. I definitely don't believe that. It can be the same with before, like, for example, this has happened with me several times. Sometimes I forget how miserable I was at times when I was single. I really try to remind myself all the time how wonderful it is now that I am married to my soulmate and I love him so much. And so it's good to remember to cherish the things that we've manifested successfully, because I believe those to be blessings. You can give thanks in whatever way you prefer. I prefer to do it through prayer and also just sitting and pondering on the things that I'm grateful for that have come into my life. So I hope those things work for you. They've definitely worked for me. So if you put them all together, it's just ask, believe, take action, receive, and feel gratitude. So I think that if you implement all of these things in that order into your manifestation, they will help you so much more, and they've helped me too. So if you like this video, be sure and push like on it so that I am aware and I know that you like it. Also be sure to subscribe to this channel for more videos like this, and leave a comment to see, let me know what other things you'd like me to make videos on. I always read the comments. And if you can't think of anything like that, just leave a comment with the secret word of the day, which is gratitude. I love when people leave the secret word of the day. It always lets me know they made it to the end. So thank you for watching, guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!